Okay guys, so I pulled that top piece out, and all the rivets have been foamed over. So we didn't really have a leak there. We had one here at this screw hole, and unfortunately we have one on the corner, and as you can see, if I zoom in, really bad. And it leaks so badly that wet rot on the lumber. It just shattered as I pulled it out. Completely trash. And this section here is all wet rot in this corner. So I'm gonna have to take the foam back a certain amount and possibly bleach it. Yeah, I'll have to I'll just cut the foam back, rocker guard it. I'll bleach it first though. See, and it runs all the way down this corner, and it's bad. Okay, and I'm probably gonna have to cut out this section of 2x4 because it's so bad in that corner. And then I gotta pull up the flooring to see how bad it is there. So this must have been my oldest leak going, and that's pretty bad, guys. So major issues here in the bathroom. I'm gonna have to get rid of this bad boy right now, throw him right outside, and go from there. Completely wet rot through. It's basically just shattered in my hands, so that's what went on there. Whoopsies! Holy crap! This is why I can't film and do this at the same time. So be back in a minute. Alrighty guys, so before I go any further with the rocker guard, I just blew through the rest of my can. These rivets are enclosed up here, so I just hit the spots that needed them. Three exposed rivets that I hit. Then I hit all these. There was a seam running down here, and it has bolts sticking out, and it wet rotted the corner of the tiny house floor, and most of this 2x4 going back this direction. So I'm gonna use I just broke into the new can. I'm gonna finish hitting this, then I'm gonna bleach the floor, and we got some wet rot issues up in this corner. So I ordered 2 more rolls of the Eternal Bond tape, and on the outside I'm gonna just run an entire strip all the way down to fix that. I'm gonna bleach all this. The flooring damage wasn't as bad as I thought, but I cut back a piece, and I'm gonna come just drench this in bleach and fill in all this stuff with rocker guard and get the hell out of here for the day because of the fumes. Okay, so I gotta kind of bail and do this quick. So I'll set the camera up real quick so you guys can have some sort of action, and I will continue on spray bombing. And I'm going heavy with it, as you can tell. And I'll do the outside as well with the rocker guard before I tape it, just like I did for everything else. And that's all she wrote. And there's a couple spots there that, you know, I want to fill in. Just some piddly stuff. So this is all rocker guarded. I'm going to bleach this. The fumes are horrendous right now. This was a horrible mess. I'll show you on the outside of the trailer what that looks like. I'll bring the camera with me. But into the second rocker guard can already, guys. And we're just at the end of this side of the tiny house. Whoops. So, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy stuff. So, wow. Lots of issues. Lots of issues. So, quickly, let's go outside, because it's horribly smelling in there. So this is what I'm talking about right here. So this all the way down, I'm gonna have to bring out the rocker guard. It's been painted, but I'm gonna rocker guard this all the way down today before I leave. And then the Eternal Bond tape is coming, and I'm gonna go all the way down, seal that. And the roof line here, I'll show you where I tape patched up with my little leftover pieces. Does this show up on camera? There, somewhat. Let me go like this. This side might be easier. I'm having a hard time seeing because of the sun. So, see my little tape strip up there, guys? Okay, that's a bad example. Let's go with one that's not pointed in the sun. How about that? So this is the one above the window. And you see the tape overlapping. Eternal Bond. I'm gonna do that. I bought a roll just for this do the same thing all the way down the roof like that. All the way across like that, guys. And then I'll use the rest of the Eternal Bond to do obviously this strip all the way down, and I'm gonna have to do probably the other opposite side of the trailer. And then I'm gonna, instead of this aluminum tape, I'll probably go over the aluminum tape with the 4-inch Eternal Bond to help make sure that's a nice tight seal, no water getting in to where the fireplace is. So lots going on, guys, and lots of lumber I had to rip out and toss because of the mold, wet rot, and everything else. So I'm gonna have lots of firewood this year already, and obviously the batteries are gonna be on hold, but I do have the sand. But all this stuff will be burned under here except for the foam and different things. But yeah, crazy. Hey guys, been outside, that's why I got the shades on. So, I haven't left yet. It's almost noon hour though. And I discovered some nasty. So, remember the water leak inside there? Well, apparently, the panel here pulled away from the structure. Sorry about the camera angles here, guys. My viewfinder, I'm looking at it upside down, so I got to do everything in reverse. Have a little trouble with that. Put a bunch of screws in to try to pull it in, and I pulled out a whole ton of wet rot, and then I rocker guarded the entire outside of the tiny house all the way down, heavily. Okay, and for now, I did this side as well since I had the ladder here, and I just rocker guarded all the way down. Now I got to re-rocker guard all these rivets, but something tells me I'm going to eat through 2 more rolls of the Eternal Bond tape before I can get to there. So yeah, eventually I will. But crisis averted here. I didn't even know that busted open. But then again, who's looking up in the air all the time, right? Unless you're looking for UFOs or something. So my Eternal Bond tape seems to be holding out pretty good here. Keeps the gashes from leaking. I'd almost switch all my windows over to it if I had the chance, to be honest. But whatever. So I'm going to be out of here for today, because it is horribly smelly in there after all the bleaching and the rocker guarding inside and out. And I'm gonna go home, grab some lunch. I got another project I'm working on at the house, so I'm gonna get to that. And yeah, Fun. So I'll be back here another day. It is what it is. I just don't want to be around the fumes. It's just not smart. So I got all the windows open as usual in the tiny house. I'm gonna let that sit for 24 hours. And then if I gotta re-bleach, I will. We'll see the results. And go from there, guys. So basically completion almost on the ripping anyway of this side of the tiny house, discovering all the nasty wounds and issues that have arose over the last 5 years, and some are just totally mind-blowing what's happened actually. So it's something else here at the Off-Grid Tiny House, guys. Become a Patreon member to help me out. You get all my content basically daily live when I post it before it hits YouTube, basically almost months in advance, and uncut, unedited, and big large video file chunks. So like on average they're about an hour long of the day-to-day here at the Off-Grid Tiny House. And then you get a credit as long as you stay, a credit in my future videos as long as you stay a Patreon member. And then when that runs out, I just take you off the credit list. But as long as you stay a Patreon member, I'll keep you in the credit list, and you get to you're advertising your support for the channel here in the Off-Grid Tiny House. And I appreciate all my Patreon members, because that's what's keeping me going at this point here at the Off-Grid Tiny House. So seriously guys, it's only $1 a month. I'm sure you can contribute that if you are a fan of the channel. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.